Hello, students, and welcome to the this introductory course in Psychology, Psych 1. And that is for the fall semester of 2022, but this is a shortened course. It's an 8-week course. But because it's an 8-week course, we've got a lot to do until the end of the semester. As you can see here, here's the syllabus, Introduction to Psychology, Fall 22, and we go from October 10th to December 5th, 2022. My name is Oliver Williams. I'm Dr. Oliver Williams. I have a PhD in clinical psychology that I obtained from University of California at Santa Barbara. I have been teaching at Ventura College for quite some time, since I think 2007 or so. I also teach graduate students at California Lutheran University and also at UCSB. But I enjoy very much teaching at the community colleges here, and like I said, I've been at Ventura College for quite some time now. So we are going to I'll try to make this as enjoyable of an experience as possible. I think that psychology is one of the most amazing sciences that exist. It came into being not really very long ago, and I think that we only know less than 1% of the rest of the science of psychology. There's so much to learn, and I think as you get into the material, you'll see that as well. Because this is an intro course, we're going to treat every subject on a very topically, so it's a very topical nature. So as we get into various areas, and let's start with the syllabus now. As we get into various areas, introduction and research methods, it's an important area, brain and behavior, human development, sensation and reality, states of consciousness, conditioning and learning, memory, cognition, language, creativity and intelligence, motivation and emotion, gender and sexuality, personality, psychological disorders, therapies, and that's where we're going to stop. You'll notice that throughout the course there are 8 exams, 1 per week, and you'll just take those on Canvas, and then your grade will be compiled based upon those your results on those 8 exams. Each exam will be over 1 or 2 chapters. It just depends upon the nature and complication of the chapters. So exam 1 will be over chapters 1 and 2, and so on. When you log into the course or log into Canvas, here's what you'll see. So here's Canvas, Intro to Psychology, and this is the home page for the course. So you come in here and click home. There it is right there, and that comes up. The course is divided into 8 modules. So if you go down here and look, you'll see, click modules. Now I haven't published the course yet, so they're not all here. But here's home, and here's week 1. There's nothing there yet. Week 2, and so on. So I will only publish 1 week at a time. So you're only going to do 1 week at a time. So in a couple weeks, I'll publish this part, but it won't be available for you to do until starting October 2nd. But October 2nd, then you can look here on the week 1 module, and you need to do everything that is in there, including the reading and any of the exams that are scheduled, or the exam, because there'll be 1 per week, the exam that is scheduled during that week. So what you'll see here is reading. You'll see the exam itself, and then also the PowerPoint. So I'll publish the PowerPoints per week as I proceed through here as well. Let's go back to the syllabus. So you see here on the syllabus, you're going to locate this, the syllabus will be on Canvas as well. This is the only required book for the course, and this is Kuhn, Dennis, and Mitterer. It is Introduction to Psychology, Gateways to Mind and Behavior, and it's by Wadsworth Cengage. The edition I use is the 12th edition. You can probably find other editions, as long as it's by the same authors and called Introduction to Psychology, Gateways to Mind and Behavior. You can find any edition. Now, there's probably, I even have, I think, an older edition. The 12th it's probably up to the 14th. I don't follow them, but publishers usually come up with new editions every 3 or 4 years. And quite frankly, the books don't really change that much. They put on a new cover, some new artwork, maybe change a few words and chapters around, but other than that, they're about the same. The only big difference is that the new editions cost a lot more than previous editions. So if you can find a less expensive addition to this book, that's fine. But the one thing that you really have to have is this book, because you need to read the material. Now, I'll publish the PowerPoints, but the PowerPoints won't do it for you alone. You need to read the material and do the PowerPoints. So by the end of the course, you will have achieved these objectives. You will have, of course, been introduced to the science of psychology and how research in psychology is conducted. We will have discussed the chemical, physiological, and neural substrates of the brain, and it is, in fact, the organ of thought and behavior, just in case you had any doubts. Discuss how these substrates are constructed over one's lifetime development, and indeed they are. You'd be surprised of how much of your brain is developed, and I mean really developed, just in the first 2 years of life. We're going to investigate how psychology, brain function, and philosophy overlap, since one's reality is composed of the totality of what one senses, perceives, and learns from self and environmental interactions. These factors have a feedback effect on one another as well, giving rise to awareness and consciousness. We're going to learn about the roots of learning and how learning takes place, and likewise also how forgetting takes place. We'll talk about language and cognition. Cognition is just another word for thinking, thought. And we'll also discuss the causes and results of pathological states, or in other words, mental disorders, mental illness, to greater or lesser extents, and also the therapies that appear to work to improve mental health. So with that in mind, that is going to be our course, and it's going to be over an 8-week period. We will not meet in person, unfortunately. This is all online, and every week you're going to go into the module on Canvas. And so in week 1, you'll go into this module, and it will, of course, have the work that you need to do. We'll have the pages that you need to read. There will be the quiz or the exam that you'll need to complete by the end of that week. So Sunday night or midnight every week will be the deadline to complete that. And of course, the other important thing that will be in each week's module will be a link to me discussing the particular material for that week. So along with all of that, I'll publish 1, maybe 2 different videos lecturing and showing you and discussing the material that you will have read. So on this, each module will contain the video or videos. I may have other videos as well in there that for outside videos that I want you to look at as well. So the videos and the links to the videos will be there. The page numbers in the book that you should read, and the material, of course, corresponding to those page numbers, and the exam also to complete by the end of that week. And remember, I'm only going to do 1 week at a time. So at the end of the week, then at the beginning of the next week, then I'll publish that, and we'll go 1 week at a time until December. I am not only a psychologist and a psychology professor, I'm also a book author. So I also write various novels and full-length novels and books. Here's my Amazon page and my novels here. So The Sandfly is a full-length novel. Anthology is just a group of short stories and just short stories and other things. The Carbon Cult is also one of my in-print novels as well. And Gilbert's Garden, which is used in a few English classes, in fact, at Ventura College, use Gilbert's Garden as a literary source. Children of the Universe, science fiction. Carbon Cult also somewhat science fiction. I delve in science fiction pretty much. However, The Sandfly is a psychological thriller. It's gotten really, really good reviews. There's all, well, let's see, what does that look like? There's 5 stars with 9 out of 10 and 4 stars with one of them. So that one got really good reviews. The Carbon Cult. Oh wow, yeah, Carbon Cult's got good reviews. I haven't even looked at this in a while. And let's see the Gilbert's Garden. Yeah, well, some people really like it, some people don't. And then Children of the Universe. Anyway, so that's me in a nutshell. I will, when you go to the course, remember you're going to use the modules. But here's the home page. I'll put more on the home page here as well, in case you need a little bit of information about using Canvas. It probably by now everyone knows how to use Canvas, but I will put a link in there anyway, just to explain how you do it. So with that in mind, I will say goodbye to you, and the next time you see me, we'll be discussing, or I will be discussing, chapter 1 of the course, chapter 1 and 2 of the course. So thank you very much, and I'll see you. Unfortunately, I don't get to see any of you in person. And that's one thing I have always liked about teaching is seeing people in person. But since this is a fully online course, I have to dispense with that little pleasure in life. But at least I'll enjoy talking with you and describing my favorite subject, which is psychology.